Hi, everybody. It's Karen Abrams. Welcome to Tuesday Tune-Up. How are you today? Today, we are going to dive into another pillar of, creating financial and personal abundance for yourself. And that would be trusting yourself. I know that sounds kind of funny, and there was that obviously very weird pregnant pause I just had just because my brain is learning how to work today. Again, with the brain trying to work in the morning. It's just amazing these past mornings. But, anyways, or in addition to, what's going on here is trusting yourself. Now, everybody here, I know you trust yourself. I know you do. And then there's those times when you don't, and then there's those times when you do, and then there's those times when you don't. So we have an inconsistent pattern, and in different areas where we feel, like we have more challenge. How's that? Is that like the better way to put it? I'm going to move a little bit over here. When we have that kind of challenge, then that's the area where, it messes with our average. So let me come into your space if it's okay with you. We're going to use theta healing to dive into this. There you go. Everybody just say yes if I can come into your space. And we're going to start the way we always start, which is let's let go of all of that collective energy that's so wackadoodle out there. All that fear, all that insecurity, all of those things that are going on right now. There we go. Beautiful. Nice. All right. I'm like watching it up here with my eyes closed. So, and then let's have Source also let go of all of the harmful radiation that you may have absorbed into your body and your space in the last week. Awesome. We'll send that, and because we're going into theta, our mind talks to our body, and we can also create and direct our intentions, and that's why we can find that stuff in our bodies and let it go. Send it out to the universe. There we go. Alrighty. Beautiful. All right, my friends. So let's go into this trusting yourself. So like I was saying before, we trust ourselves in certain places a lot more than other places. So I want you to also, right in this moment, think about a place where you don't trust yourself as much. Say maybe you're really good with money, but maybe you're not so good in relationships. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe your health needs a little bit of help and you're trying to figure out the best way to address that and make the right decisions. Whatever it is, let's just go there. Just think about that for a second. What is that place inside of you? Where is that? What is that part of your life? And then let's go. So let's give you God's understanding on that place that it's more challenging for you to trust yourself and the decisions that you make that are right for you. There we go. And teach you what you're meant to learn from that. Okay? Just the most loving lesson, right? If it's still there, there's still something to learn, right? Okay. So we're going to that space. Now, I'd show you what it feels like to allow yourself to make a mistake. I was working on myself the other day, and I found this really wild memory from, I don't even know, it was a total kid memory that was all about how I can't make a mistake, and I made a mistake and I can't take it back. And so I want to go there with you because I have a feeling we may have some similar memories somewhere. So if there was ever a time that you made a mistake that you realized in that moment you were unable to take it back, let's have Source heal that right now, and let yourself off the hook, and forgive yourself. So, and forgive yourself means letting go of the pain that you caused yourself in this instance. Okay. So here we go. Beautiful. Woo! That's a big deal. And the burden that caused on you might have been unknown because, a million things have happened since then, maybe even 10 million. So let's just release that burden from that moment in that pivotal moment for some reason in your kid brain. Just stuffed that right in your subconscious and it's stuck. All right, so let's just release that and show you what it feels like to allow yourself to make mistakes. And knowing that it's a learning moment. And even if you're not sure what you're going to learn, you can always go to that space and say, well, what's the most loving thing I can learn from this? And see what comes up. Okay, good job. And that you're deserving of and you're worthy of trusting yourself. What that feels like from God's perspective. That it's safe to trust yourself. And once again, allow yourself to make mistakes and allow yourself to forgive yourself for making them. And show you what it feels like to live without using punishment as a way to parent yourself, okay? Because that's a big, big deal. Good job. Awesome. And show you how to open up that receiving muscle, okay? And open it up. Strengthen that receiving muscle. Open your capacity to receive. Because this, I don't care who you talk to, who is one of the great abundance teachers out there, they all talk about receiving. Because a lot of us really feel very safe with giving and not so safe, feel a little too vulnerable when we're receiving. And first, let's show you how to ask for help, how to ask for support, what it feels like, that it's safe to. And that you know from God's perspective who it's safe to, you have the discernment to know who it's safe to ask for help from. Because you're right in some of those cases, right? It's not safe to ask this one person or these other people. But maybe over here, there's somebody who's always been there for you. I don't know, just saying. Okay. And allowing yourself to receive from them, allowing yourself to ask for help, allowing yourself to be vulnerable to that person or persons. And if you have this I have no one, let's have Source let you know who you do have. Okay. There you go. And that it's possible to find someone to help you out of this, okay? Whatever that is. And show you what it feels like to trust yourself and allow yourself to trust yourself. Through and through, and do that on a consistent basis. And that it's safe to trust yourself on a consistent basis. Because you're giving yourself this room, okay? You're giving yourself this room, and you need to give yourself this room. Beautiful. Alrighty, let's see. And one of the best ways that you can do this also is to go into your future self, okay? And find that version of yourself and walk with that version of yourself who was already trusting yourself 100% of the time, okay? And that is already allowing yourself to make mistakes. It's already allowing yourself to learn from your mistakes. And walk around with that version of yourself for 5 minutes and see how that feels. And do that this week. See how that feels. And there's been a lot of research, actually, behavioral and brain research on going into that future self. And it's in a different part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, where you're making a lot of decisions, that it strengthens that area when you go into that future self energy. So on that note, I also want to invite you to next week, next Wednesday, June 11th at 12 p.m. Pacific. I'm having a free 45-minute preview. You see, I've got to allow myself to make mistakes and enjoy them. I'm doing a 45-minute free preview for my next 4-week class, which you know is 4 weeks, meaning every Wednesday from 12 to 1 Pacific, to have amazing theta healing on the subject of wealth. So this one's called Your Future Self Wealth. And we're going to learn about the 4 pillars of your financial and your personal abundance so that you can bring that in more through the energy of your future self. It's going to be remarkable. And dip your toe in the water. Come in on June 11th. This is 2025, just in case we have any notions about when it was that I said this. And come in, dip your toe in the water, see what it's like to do these powerful exercises that I've used for myself that have made my life so much better and helped me with my confidence and my trust in myself. So, and navigate this crazy year that 2025 has been, at least for me. I'm sure for you too. So, come play with me. You're going to have a good time. You can go down below and you can click the link just to register, and then I'll see you then. And I'll see you here again next week in Tuesday Tuneups. So until then, God bless and goodbye for now. See ya.